For there is, this is Job 14:7-9. It says, for there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again, and that the tender branch thereof will not cease, though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and the stock thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud and bring forth boughs like a plant. So I'm saying there is hope of a tree, if it be cut down, that it will sprout again. And this is talking about what the representing, the way I'm using it, the way I'm representing it is of the myrtle tree. Okay, as it said further up, though the root thereof wax old in the earth, and that the stock thereof die in the ground, yet through the scent of water it will bud and bring forth boughs like a plant. So that represents us in its truth, man. You know, you could be feeling so down and out that you don't know really what's going on. You know, as a sometimes brothers feel like they're not a man of the Lord. Sometimes you might feel different things in the spirit, but what it said, what at the scent of water it will bud. So that water represents what? The word. So constantly that word is what keeps you growing and budding within the truth, because what we were dead to this world. Okay, and what and when we were in the world we were dead, but at the scent of that water, when we felt like there was no way out, the Most High put the Spirit upon us, and renewed our mind with the washing of water by the word, so that we can bring forth boughs like a plant, man. So going on, it reads, the myrtle tree grows slowly. Okay, and what? Because what, we're newborn babes in this truth in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So this the race is not given to the swift. So we grow slowly but surely and be built up in this faith. So it says the myrtle tree grows slowly and starts out as just a small shrub, only adding to its stature about 12 inches a year, and that's spiritual. That number 12, it only grows about 12 inches a year, so that's spiritual. This means that it takes over 100 years for this tree to finish growing. But when it matures, it is great in size and nothing like the shrub it was when it started. The massive trunk of the full-grown myrtle tree is exactly several stalks that have grown together over time to make one great tree. The comparisons abound between a Christian and this remarkable tree. It becomes strong by joining with other trees and becoming one, much like we become a part of the body of Yahweh Shai. One body with many members, Romans 12:5. Sometimes the Christian is cut down to what looks like nothing, that represents us, okay, and it can appear to be the end of his or her story because of the tragedy or misfortune that has befallen them. But because the roots run deep, eventually signs of life will begin to emerge, and again the child of the Most High will resume growth and vitality. Those roots are what led me to the most important lesson this myrtle tree conveyed to me. In my reading about the myrtle tree, I found out that the wood of this tree is used to make a variety of beautiful pieces of furniture and decorations carved by craftsmen of the Northwest. The beauty of myrtle wood is that it varies in color, okay, and design because of where it grows. Okay, so what it said, the beauty of the myrtle wood is that it varies in color. Okay, just like what Jeremiah 12:9. It said, what, my heritage is a speckled bird. And when you look up that word speckled bird, is the Hebrew word tazabawai, which means speckled, variegated, which would you get the word variety from. Different, you have Israelites, different shades and colors, and of different nations, man, throughout the four corners of the earth. Okay, and designed because of where it grows. As the root draws minerals from the soil, okay, as we draw minerals from the soil, our soil, our bread and butter, where we're rooted and booted at, is in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Yahweh Shai being that foundation. Okay, so you drawing the minerals, them spiritual nutrients from the Most High. Those minerals color the wood, giving it its beautiful variety of colors. So as we constantly grow within this truth, brothers have different ways about them. Brothers grow in each individual brother grows into the man that the Most High wants them to be. This variety enables it to be used in all kinds of settings because its versatility lends to it being able to work well with other pieces that may already be in someone's home. Okay, so it says, when I read this, I pictured the Most High's people as myrtle trees who are planted in rich soil saturated with the word of the Most High. And that's exactly how it is. Drawing from the unending source of strength and wisdom for every situation. And that's exactly how it is. With every trial, tribulation, and affliction that we go through, we're supposed to gain some strength, some wisdom, some knowledge from every single situation. That's why you got to constantly meditate upon things and don't take one moment for granted. Because everything that we go through within itself is a learning experience to help us to grow day by day, you know. Because what we learn more through our sorrows, which increases our wisdom and experience, you know. So it says, this believer is equipped with everything needed for every purpose for which the Most High intends to use them. Because what? We have to be equipped, because the Most High said, what? Make ye ready for the battle of that great day. So, Lord's willing, in the end, when the time of Jacob's trouble comes upon us, the Most High will have built us up enough that we're equipped for whatever purpose within the body that we're needed to be used for, and in the end, that we can overcome, you know. So, Lord willing. So it says, the versatility of the Spirit of the Most High is shown in the numerous gifts that he has given to the church by one Spirit. We draw from the same Spirit, but we are as diverse in gifting and uses as our great and diverse power. All right, so I'm gonna read a little further on. All right, it says, roots that run deep speak of being entrenched and having a firm foundation, so that nothing sways or moves us. As it gets into what 1 Corinthians 15 and 58, be ye steadfast and unmovable. So it says, when the water on the surface has dried up, the tree that is rooted will still draw water from deep within the earth that will sustain it, man. You know? When situations around us appear to be hopeless with no sign of getting better, we can draw from the Spirit of the Most High within us, who is able to sustain us with the assurance that we are his, reminding us of his word and that what he has spoken will come to pass. You know, and we can trust in that every single day, man. You know, we constantly drawn from the Spirit of the Most High, who sustains us in all things. You know, all right. So going on, probably read these next two paragraphs and I'll wrap it up. It says, lastly, the myrtle tree has a myriad of grain patterns. I read that each tree's pattern is developed by the things that occur in its surroundings, like how you have the saying, product of my environment. So we're molded, you know, by the things that surround us. Like when we grew up, we all grew up in different circumstances, so we were molded by the experiences that we had and by the things that we saw, by the things that we did. That's how the Most High is doing the same thing with us while we're within this truth. All right, and thinking of a quick scripture, you know, Hebrews 12 and 5. I really didn't want to make this too long. Try to go through it. You know, this is Hebrews 12 and 5. And ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. So when you look up the word chastening, okay, here in Hebrews 12 and 5, it's the word, okay, paidae, all right, which basically means the whole training and education of children. The scriptures say what? Train up a child in the way he should go, which relates to the cultivation. Okay, and we're talking about trees. What trees need to be cultivated, plants need to be cultivated, right? So it says what? Which relates to the cultivation of mind and morals, okay, and employs for this purpose now commands and admonitions, now reproof and punishment. It also includes the training and care of the body, okay? It says whatever in adults also cultivates the soul, especially by correcting mistakes and curbing passions. Instruction which aims at increasing virtue, which virtue means what? Manliness, or to be a man. So through these different examples and this word here, chastening, you know, from the Greek word paidae, shows that the Most High is molding our character into the man that he wants us to be, you know, within his truth, you know, as I was getting into in this document here. All right, so it says, so each storm, each drought, every adverse condition, and every pleasurable season contributes to the beautiful design displayed in the wood of the myrtle tree. That, as I said, that's how every brother grows within his truth, and they have a different mindset. But at the end of the day, it's all one body, all one spirit. When it is molded, okay, as I just was getting into, in the hands of the craftsman, the Most High is the craftsman, Jeremiah 18, after some cutting away, sanding here, and shaping there, the myrtle wood becomes a beautiful creation. And that cutting, that sanding, and that shaping, that represents what? Us trimming our lamps within His truth. You know, that we can become what? A beautiful creation in the eyes of the Most High. You know, or a righteous people, man, a royal priesthood. Okay, getting back to, you know, how we used to be, man, and then some. Okay, so it says pieces made from this wood often become treasured heirlooms because of the years of growth that took place to get the wood to maturity. Okay, and you know what? This goes into what the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. It took 20 and 30 years for them to get to the level of growth, you know, that the Most High wanted them to be, so that they can be the heads of the nation of Israel. You know, before it even began the process of being molded into what it is become. So it says, yeah, this last part I think I'm gonna read. It says, likewise we go through a process before we reach the finished product that the Most High had in mind before we were born. You know, we grow through various storms and adverse conditions in our lives, and sometimes things happen that cut us down, and it feels like we're starting over again. But all of our trials and tribulations and the good times that we experience contribute to the raw beauty of who we are. Okay? Before we are ever brought into the body of Yahushua, we come from a place that has shaped who we are thus far. Our experiences have shaped us and given us a different perspective than anyone else. And that's the same thing, you know, going back into the book of Esther. You know, all these different things was happening unto the nation of Israel at that time, you know, in which Haman, when he heard of what was going on, what he ripped his clothes and stuff like that, he put on sackcloth, you know, and Esther was calling for him, and, you know, he told her what was going on and different things of that nature, you know, and all of this represents what? Esther at the same time, meaning what? Her Hebrew name Hadassah, which represents the myrtle tree. Because remember, all of this is going into the myrtle tree. So the Most High was building her up, you know, through, you know, Mordecai, her cousin, which took custody of her as being her father. You know, to have her in the right frame of mind, so that she knows the things to do, so she knows her true and living power, and knows where her strength lies at. You know, and that's with all of us, man. You know. So it says, they make us material with which the Most High can shape and mold a vessel that serves His purpose. And that's exactly what He had Mordecai to be there for Esther for, to use her and shape her, to mold her for this purpose. Because Esther, you know, wound up saying, you know, after they fast for 3 days, you know, then she'll go up to the king, you know what I'm saying, and present her case to him. And she said, what? If I die, then let it be, you know. So the Most High using Mordecai to instill those morals and those principles in her, you know, let her to have that compassion for her people and to put her people before she put herself. You know, that's why Hadassah, it means what? Murder, but it also represents compassion, man. You know,